Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go through all the fabric I got from the Sewing Lair. I went a couple of weeks ago and I picked up heaps of stuff and it only came to $45. For those of you who are unfamiliar, the Sewing Lair is a secondhand fabric store here in Brisbane, and it's basically like a thrift shop or Vinnie's or op shop, depending on what you call it, for fabric. I picked up so many nice fabrics and I'm so excited to start using them, but let's go through them now. The pieces I got range from very small pieces of cotton that you could use for quilting through to lots of yardage that you can use for making wonderful dresses. I'll start with the piece I've already used quite a lot of, and that was when I was making my quilted pouch, which was last week's video. I'll link that up below if you want to check that out. I got these little pieces from like a textile sample pack, and this was just the one sheet. So there was a bunch of different colors and they came in a pack like this, which was $3 for the whole thing. This is one of the colors which I used in my little zipper pouch. This was another one of the colors. My favorite one from this pack is this red one, and it kind of just looks like this, and it's absolutely screaming for a pillow or a bag to be made from it. Some other smaller pieces I picked up were this lovely silky piece of fabric. I got this one for $3, and I'm probably going to use this one to make some kind of hairband or hair accessory, just because I love the way how silky smooth it is. Next was these little pieces of, I think it's poly cotton, or at least a very lightweight cotton. There's this blue floral one and also another kind of more green based micro floral with little stripes. And these ones I'm pretty much going to reserve for either more pouches or tote bags, that kind of thing. I want to make some gifts for my friends for Christmas, and this is me just starting to collect fabric for that purpose. Next up, I've got this lovely piece of fabric. This one's not quite small, but also probably not big enough for a dress. I could probably maybe squeeze out a skirt, a pleated skirt, which I've got a couple ideas for. Next is this striped pink. It's not a cotton, it's definitely an acrylic, it's definitely a synthetic fabric, but I think it's going to look really nice maybe in like a puffy sleeve tiered dress, or one of my vintage dresses that have lots of volume, because there's a lot of this fabric. So I've got 5.3 meters of it. I think it only cost me like $5 or $6 for the whole thing, so I was pretty happy with that. Next is this lovely deep purple, kind of burgundy toned crepe again. And again, this is 6.2 meters of this fabric, and I don't know exactly what I want to make with it yet, but I know it's going to be a dress and it's going to have lots of body and flow and it's going to look amazing. I also surprised myself. I got mostly solid prints, and that's not really normally what I gravitate towards, but I'm trying to get a little bit more. I'm trying to kind of switch it up and see if I like making solids as well. Sometimes floral can be a little bit too much. Another of the smaller pieces was this kind of florally cotton. Again, I'll be using this for gifts for my friends, tote bags, pouches, things of that nature. I also found this fabric, which is a really interesting fabric to me. It's got red threads going in one direction and white going in the other, which gives this overall kind of salmon pinky color. And I've got about 2.5 meters of that. It has a linen feel, but I don't think it's linen. I think it's probably cotton. In any case, I'm gonna love making this into a blouse or a house dress, something comfortable for at home. I don't see myself ironing this frequently enough to make a dress to go outside, so an at-home dress will have to do. Next, I got another kind of burgundy color, but this is more of like a maroon. On camera it shows up a lot redder than it is in real life, so this is the darker one, that's the maroon one. I've got a good 5 meters of this as well. I got everything they had left on the bolt. They have some fabric bolts, as well as just people have donated bits of fabric they aren't using anymore, or little offcuts, so sometimes you get massive amounts of the fabric, sometimes you get a little bit, and I recommend leaving a lot of time if you go and visit, because you'll peruse for hours. This is again, probably not a natural fiber. It feels somewhat like a twill or I think they call it Panama suiting fabric, like what they have in Spotlight. I'm really excited to work with it. I have a dress that I've already got in my wardrobe that I'd really like to recreate. That's this dress. So it's sort of a kimono top dress, but the key part of this is that it has a massively flowy skirt. Like, this skirt goes on for days, but the zip has popped out of it, and when I made it, it was a little bit tight. So I've made another one of these already, and I've learnt some things along the way, so I want to recreate the original, and that fabric is just a little bit lighter, so I think that'll go really well. The last fabric, I absolutely love this fabric. It is not practical. It is probably not going to be a dress. I'll likely make bags out of it. In fact, I've started making a bag out of this one. It's got this lovely woodland print, and the longer you look, the more little creatures and little flowers you find. It feels like upholstery fabric. In fact, I'm like 99.9% sure it is upholstery fabric. So it'll be perfect for making little backpacks or a bucket bag maybe. That may or may not be a video that's coming up. I love this fabric so much. If it was up to me, I would have made, it is up to me. I really wanted to make a dress with this, but I just don't think I'll be able to wear it anywhere if I make one that really does the fabric justice, so like a more formal dress. Yeah, look, this is so my vibe. It's my vibe in every way. It's not everyone's cup of tea though, and I'm just excited to make something with it, so that'll be coming soon. Thank you for joining me today while I went through all the fabrics that I picked up from the Sewing Lair. If you want to stick around and see what I make with these, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Next month's video will be the making of a bag with this lovely fabric. I'm about halfway through that one, so I'm very excited. It's looking very nice. On that note, have a lovely day wherever you are, and I will see you next time.